Good day, everyone. It's me, it's Crimson KB, the one and only baby. So the Demon Souls remake is out, and let me tell you, I have just been enjoying every little bitty minute that I have gotten out of this game. I have just gushed and gushed and gushed through the buildup of it, and I am still just finding so many enjoyable things about the remake. Blue Point really are just gods. They really are just gods. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to announce that I'm wanting to attempt something new with my channel and whatnot, and that is something that I've never really attempted before, and that's creating content specific to a certain game and towards a certain community and whatnot. I've always kind of wanted to do this kind of thing. And so what I'm going to be starting today, and hopefully continuing to do such, is boss guides for Demon Souls, just because it's so many people have not played this game. So many people never got to play the original. And now that the remake is out, this whole new generation of players are coming through and getting to experience this absolutely wonderful game for the first time. So this is kind of like my little contribution to this wonderful game and to this wonderful community. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you bear an open mind. This is kind of the first time I've ever done something like this pertaining to a guide of sorts. So if you have any suggestions in the comments, by all means, leave them below. And if you enjoy it, give it a like. And if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? So, anywho, let's get it going. So aside from the Vanguard in the introduction area of Demon Souls, the first actual boss that you run into in the game is the Phalanx. And while he's not a very difficult boss to say the least, to some new gamers, he could seem pretty intimidating. But the cool thing about Demon Souls is that you're given several clues as to what you can utilize to defeat these bosses. Your first clue to defeating Phalanx is actually with a dredgeling right here at the beginning of the stage. You notice he has a flaming sword, and once you fell this target, he drops a little something called pine resin. Pine resin is especially useful in Demon Souls because it adds fire damage to all of your weapons. You Demon Souls players of old might recognize this as turpentine, but they changed the name obviously, maybe in a nice little callback to Dark Souls. But if you prefer to keep your distance, you do have a second option. That option being good old fire bombs. These do exactly what you think they do, and many enemies in the Boletarian Palace, including the Phalanx himself, are extremely weak to this item. By the way, you see that spear that he just chucked out of the gate right there? Yeah, that's the scraping spear, and you can totally get one of your own in this game. As you begin your final descent towards your confrontation with Phalanx, you run into the next biggest clue of what you're about to run into with this boss. Enemies called hoplites impede your path, and they have these big gigantic shields that soak up a lot of damage. However, if you manage to get behind them, you discover their biggest weak point is naturally being behind their shield. So we've collected fire bombs, pine resin, and we've been given a clue to the Phalanx's weakness with the hoplite. So let's put all of this into practice. Be aware that even with these tools at hand, you do not need to take Phalanx lightly. If you get careless, these hoplites will swarm you and can easily wreck your health. Also be aware that if you rolled the Magician class, you do have access to the Fireball spell. While this next part isn't required, I do recommend that you actually make sure to kill all of the hoplites, because they do have a chance to drop sharp and hard stones, which can be used to upgrade your weapons. you'll notice that once all of the hoplites are destroyed, in a nice little touch of character, the Phalanx itself is actually not only completely defenseless, but it is actually afraid of you and tries to move away. So with all of its available defenses crushed, let's put the poor thing out of its misery. And with that, the Phalanx is no more. Like I said, not a very difficult boss, especially if you're a Demon Souls veteran, but for the newcomers, I hope this provided some sort of aid to you. I honestly had a whole lot of fun making this guide, and I want to keep going and make guides for the rest of the bosses in this wonderful game. So if you have any suggestions, by all means, leave it in the comments below. If you liked what you saw, give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure you click that freaking bell. Thank you for joining me today on this first of hopefully many Demon Souls boss guides. I'll see you next time, and you have a shway day, baby.